snap it to the mouth. That girl put me in check.
What's up, YouTube? Hey, I'm back with another episode of I'm More Than a Rapper podcast today, man. I got my boy Alabama Takeoff on here today. We out here in nature. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be doing an open converse with the hot seat, and we're going to set everything out. But, you know, I got to ask the first 3 questions that I ask all my new guests. Then we're going to set this thing out. How did we meet?
Facebook.
Okay.
Facebook.
Short, simple, and sweet. How you feel about me as an individual?
Funny. Crazy.
All right. And then let the people know a little bit about you, who you is.
I'm Alabama Takeoff. I do a lot. I breed, dogs. I'm an engineer. I make beats, record you, shoot videos, all of it, Entrepreneur.
All right, y'all, man. Y'all already know how I get down. We're going to be doing open dialogue, open conversation today. You know, I do that every blue moon. You know what I'm saying? It's probably like my 5th or 6th one doing. We're going to still tap into the hot seat first. You know, I know y'all love that hot seat, so that's always going to be a part of the program. And then we're going to have 4 topics on the open discussion where I ask the question, he state his opinion, I state mine, and, we basically talk about it back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too long. I ain't going to keep y'all here long today. And we're going to get into the first hot seat question of the day, and then we're going to roll it into the open dialogue part. All right. The first question of the hot seat. How do you feel about when men say that they don't want the baby and the woman want it? And what I mean by that is because you know how they be like, woman's body, the woman choice. So if a woman say that she wanna, have an abortion or whatever, and you want to keep the baby, but she don't and still go have the abortion, you got to deal with it. So how do you feel when the man say, well, he don't want the baby when he find out that the woman pregnant?
First off, he shouldn't even win in her off if he didn't want the baby. I'm going to say that. And for the woman it is her choice, We can't make her want to have the baby, but is it right? No, it's not right. You shouldn't have did it. And that's how I feel about it.
100. I chime in a little bit, I pinpoint slightly agree. I feel like shit. They both grown, they both knew what having unprotected sex would lead to.
For sure.
And then if a woman say she don't want the baby and she get to abort it, or if she say she want to keep it and she can keep it, and then if the man say he don't want it, hey, he doing the same thing you doing. It's your body, your choice, so he should have a choice too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why it's always good to have these type of conversations on the podcast from different people perspective, because some people gonna fully agree with him, some people gonna fully agree with me, then you're gonna have people that's right in the middle and be like, I understand both of them.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So number 2, tell me, well, not me, but tell the women 3 things that a man would do when he's no longer interested in them.
Number 1, stop showing up. Stop getting the hair and nails done, what he usually would do. Stop having sex with her, That's the way of, I feel like it. You can show that.
For sure. For sure.
Neglecting her.
For sure. Them all good reasons. So
yeah.
Y'all take heed. Some of y'all ain't gonna take heed, but y'all
if he ain't doing what he used to do, sum up.
Bet. All right, number 3, and then we got one more hot seat for y'all. We're gonna jump into the open dialogue. Number 3, do you believe in gender roles?
Break it down for me.
Like, okay, some people believe in gender roles and some people don't. Like in a household, they be like, a man's supposed to do this and a woman's supposed to do this. Then in some households, they feel like it's equal. They pitch in, they help each other. One responsibility is not put off on a man, and one responsibility is not put off on a woman. They all pitch in to make things 100%.
I'm gonna speak for me.
Yeah, this is all about you. Okay, this is about you. This ain't about nobody else. This is about this podcast is about you.
Okay. People say 50-50. Sometimes it's gonna be 60-40. Sometimes it might be 80-20. And that's what teamwork is. You know, teamwork don't mean 50-50, you know. And sometimes I wash clothes, sometimes my girl wash clothes, you know. And I mean, teamwork, I'm gonna just say there's no limits on what a man should do or what a woman should do. I teach my girl how to work on cars. She helped me out there with it. So you know what I'm saying? There's no limits to it.
Bet. That's good. Because they do need to learn skills.
Of course.
Now, you know, in the world, because you never know what can happen. Like,
I mean, we are women's teachers. You know what I'm saying? It's if I die today or tomorrow, you know, she should be able to change her oil, pump gas, change her tire. You know, basic things like that. I ain't telling her to put a whole motor in, but I'm just saying,
the basic simple stuff.
Sure.
And that's good. That's what I'm saying. That's good. Like,
if he ain't teaching you, he don't care about you.
Facts. See, and that's a different way, a good way of looking at things, and that's why I like bringing different people on the podcast, man. The last question of the hot seat, and this has been spiraling on Facebook. I recently wrote a post and it got so many shares because y'all know I don't care what I say. It just is what it is.
Straight up.
So, how do you feel about if a woman is constantly hitting you? Just say you get hit 3 times, whack it, and you say, "Hey, chill out, don't hit me no more." They whack it. Then they hit you again. Then that next time they hit you, you tear them up. Like, how do you feel about that? You gave them, you told them multiple times to stop hitting you, but they kept still hitting you, and you finally reacted off of the multiple times you said, "Hey, chill, stop, I don't want to hit you, stop hitting me."
Well, I've been in situations like that, you know, and now who I am now, I walk away from it. You know, she won't keep hitting you if you just walk away and never come back around. The number 2 reason, you know, I've been there, you know what I'm saying, verbal abuse, and, you know, saying certain things and all that, and it'll take you into a mental state, you know what I'm saying, it'll make you react off of just being hurt about what they saying. So yeah, it'll get to that point if you stay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I tell every guy in the world, just walk away from it. If she beating on you, it's gonna lead to you beating on her. You know what I'm saying? So just walk away.
Facts. And that's basically what I said, because I'm like, I navigate, you know, for women, for black people, for kids, for the gays, for men. But what I do is I advocate for what is right. I don't advocate for, and I say it all the time, I said it again, I don't advocate just for women because I'm a woman. I don't advocate for blacks just because I'm black. I don't advocate for the gays just because I'm gay. If a man is getting abused, that's just as bad as a woman is getting abused, because it's rarely talked about that men go through verbal and physical abuse.
For sure.
So it's only so much anybody can take. Like they say, you can only hit a dog so many times before that dog bites you.
For sure.
So I feel like people just keep your hands to yourself. Stuff do happen, but if a person is warning you and they don't have the strength that he's at in his life, you're going to get hit back.
For sure.
Especially if they done told. I ain't saying like they just hitting you. Know, if they like, "Hey, stop hitting me," and you do it again and you get hit, you really ask for that, because everybody don't have the strength that he's at now in the point of his life.
For sure.
Basically.
And the main thing, communicate. That's what I'm saying. People don't have. They're not communicating with each other. You know, communication is a must in any relationship, friendship. You know what I'm saying? Boyfriend, girlfriend, however you want to put it.
Yeah.
With the gays, with
anybody,
you gotta have communication and respect each other.
Cause I ain't lying. Somebody hit me, I'm wearing your ass.
You see what I'm saying? So,
I don't even care. I'm wearing you out. I'm wearing you out, point blank, period. And I tell my nephew all the time, and he a boy, man, you never hit a girl, never. But if she hitting you, man, you better wear her ass out. Because at the end of the day, you're not a punching bag. And just because you're a man, you have feelings. You are human, and we didn't raise you to be abusive. And you're not going to get abused.
I'm going to say this. Our feelings is worse than a woman.
And I don't know how that feels because I'm not a man.
I get what you're saying.
But I know that all of us have feelings. Yeah. And we all should be treated, you know what I'm saying, equally as far as our feelings and as human beings. You know what I'm saying? So Like that's being real. Cause I had to tell the woman, she was like, nah, that don't give you no excuse. Yes, it do. It don't give you an excuse to be beating on that man.
Straight up.
Because if the shoe was reversed, then they'll be calling him a woman beater, domestics, he's going to jail. Why did he do this? Why did he do that? So it's really like no difference. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we see a video going viral with Drew Hills. He getting beat by his girl.
Oh yeah, that boy Dre Hodges or something like that. Yeah, she blacked his ass.
She beat him up all the time. You know what I'm saying? And that gonna lead to something bigger. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much that a man will take.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even for a woman, it's so much that she will take.
People snap. People definitely snap. All right, y'all. That's all the questions for the hot seat today. All right, y'all. We done with the hot seat. Now we finna tap into the open conversation, the open dialogue. You know what I'm saying? I like to do different stuff, get different vibes. We out here in nature today. So the first topic of the open conversation, back and forth, open dialogue. What is your point of view on family?
The man is the head of the household. The man makes sure everything is sharp. The man makes sure family is family. Without a man in that household with his kids, it's not gonna go right. Or some type of father figure.
Okay. A lot of people think that. So you feel like that if just a woman is raising her family, that the household is not, and I'm not talking about by choice, because you got some women that just ignorant, they doing it by choice, but some women are doing it because they just don't have a choice. They either got left or they just don't have a choice.
Yeah.
So you feel like they can't raise a strong tight family without that?
I can't say that because my mama did it. My mama raised me. My dad walked out when I was before I was even born. I'm gonna say that. So it was other guys in my life in that time period of me being a child. And if I wouldn't have had that, maybe I wouldn't be who I am. So that's why I say a father figure in some type of way, it matters.
Okay, just even if they're not in the house, just in your life in general.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, okay. I can agree with that. At least have one like in your life or something like that. Because, growing up, I ain't had my daddy, but that's because he was on drugs. But my sister daddy was around and everything like that. He was like a good role model. Still to this day, he good. He in my life. My daddy, he good now. He ain't on drugs no more, so he good. But I ain't gonna lie though, dealing with some people, it be you don't respect them. Yeah. Like if they ain't your daddy, you not gonna respect them. I don't know why, but I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but I still don't know what it is to this day.
I'm gonna say I did because I cherished the moment because I didn't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I knew I was gonna grow. I knew that I was gonna have kids. And I wanted my sons, which I have two now, you know, I want them to know how to treat a woman. We're not being taught the right way to treat women.
Correct.
And women the same way. They're not being
taught how to treat men.
You know what I'm saying? So that needs to be changed. And the only way we can change that by changing ourselves. And that's what makes a family. You know what I'm saying? So if my kids see me do the right thing with their mama, they're gonna grow to do the same. I pay attention to all the things that they copy now. You know what I'm saying? All simple things. So you don't think they're watching the big picture?
They definitely watching. They definitely watching because I know growing up, I watched so much stuff.
Exactly.
And I mean, still to the day we learn new stuff every day.
You're never gonna stop learning.
Yeah. If you're not ignorant, you're never gonna stop learning. Some people don't like to learn, man. They don't like to learn. So like I said, you're definitely right. I respect and I love my sister daddy because like I said, he the one showed me that you can love a child and it not be biologically yours.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? He actually showed me that. So I know I can love a child today and they not be biologically mine because blood couldn't make that love no realer.
For sure.
So I can agree with that. It's just you do have some bad, not with him, but you know, you have bad experiences with different stuff that make you just be like, man, fuck that nigga or the woman. Because sometimes you have step parents. I mean, a stepmother too. Like you have some people that don't treat the children right. You know what I'm saying? So
we see it all the time on the news and shit.
Yeah.
You
know, so I definitely value family. It's one of the biggest things to me. Like my close little family, I ain't gonna lie, I lay down by them.
For sure.
I lay down by them. Okay, all right. Number 2. Now this is one of the most passionate, one of the most passionate questions that we're gonna talk about that I feel is protecting the youth along with, you know, the No Bullying Act. Like, what do you stand at on that?
I mean, once again, I have kids and they come home with things and they try to help other kids by being bullied to the point that it gets them in the crossfire for trying to help people bullying them, their friends or whatever, to the point they start doing it to them. They overreact and show them that, like, look, I ain't the type that you gonna bully. They start getting in trouble.
Yeah.
But when they telling teachers like, oh, this person getting bullied, that person getting bullied, they don't do nothing about it until you overreact.
Yeah.
For trying to protect someone else. So, you know,
or yourself.
You see what I'm saying? So it's basically like, I don't think the schools really onto it like the parents would be. Like I'm starting to see a lot of parents at the bus stop jumping on other kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, only way that'll stop if we fix it whatever's going on in school. If we need more officers on the bus, they need it. You know what I'm saying? It's one person on the bus. They need multiple people on that bus, I feel, to protect these kids.
Yeah.
You know? And just the bullying thing, it's been going on since I was in school.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I protected so many people. If people tried to bully me, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't going for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. So, I mean, I'm definitely with you on that. Like, as far as trying to...
We just got to protect our kids. That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
Even if it's not even ours, we got to protect our kids.
Yeah, if we see it, definitely if we see it and we can stop it, do it, and just try to be better. Because I'm definitely with you on that, man. There's so much bullying going on. And then just like the Carmelo situation, it's different details coming out about it. But the only detail that hasn't changed yet is he was being bullied.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't tell a person how to act once it gets too far. But if you can stop it from getting too far, then stuff won't happen. But again, you know, like my old school told me, Tonio, gotta give Tonio a shout out. He always tell me good stuff. In this world, it wouldn't be a balance if we didn't have evil and good. So something evil has to happen so we can appreciate the good.
For sure.
And that sound messed up.
But that's how you're able to fix it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when we was talking about this yesterday, he was like, if nothing evil never happens, we will never appreciate the good and know how to be good. So sometimes some tragic stuff has to happen in order for the good to outweigh the evil.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn.
And that's the main thing. Just look back at our past and look at us now.
Yeah.
So look at how much bad we had to go through to realize, like, that ain't what I want.
So like,
you see what I'm saying? So yeah, I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't know. We didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Correctly. You know what I'm saying?
That heart still told me to listen.
Okay then. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, so yeah, most definitely. Okay, number 3. Sometimes I do it. Maybe you have done it. I know a lot of people do it, but we tend to focus on what we want, even if it's not working for us. So, like, how would you kind of tell people that maybe going through that, or even if it's something you went through, like, if you tried it and it's not working, then you try something else and it's working, then do what's working for you and stop trying to do what's not working for you, because you drown and trying to keep doing what's not working for you.
It's gonna always fail for you. The main thing, you know, people say pray. I say meditate.
Yeah.
Get you 30 minutes. If you can't do 30 minutes, give you 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Off in the room by yourself. And just get in your head. And we tend to worship everything on the outside of us instead of what's inside of us. And yourself is not going to steer you wrong, period. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you think it over, you talk to yourself. Like, people think you crazy because you're talking to yourself, but that's God. That's God. You know what I'm saying? So if you working on something and it wasn't working, but you see you doing something else and it's working, but that's not even what you want to do.
True.
But in reality, this is what you're supposed to be doing because it's working.
Yeah.
That's not working. You know what I'm saying? So people keep trying, but it ain't nothing wrong with trying.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with trying. But I know if you keep failing, you need to stop.
You might well stop.
You need to stop and do what's working for you. Yeah. So I don't really have too much to converse about that, because he said it was plain and cut raw. Y'all understand that. So, I mean, I actually feel the same way. So I don't really have nothing to rebuttal on that or put my own personal opinion on it, because I actually feel the same way. Besides, if it ain't working and you keep doing it, man, stop that and put your energy into something else.
You're gonna drown.
Okay, so how do you? The last question of for the episode is, how do you feel about the music scene and all? And I'm asking that because you know you was doing music. Oh yeah, and also the first 2 songs that played in the episode was his songs. I'm also going to tag all of his social media links. I forgot to say that, but you all know I'm going to do that. So if y'all want to check him out and get to know him outside of the podcast, hit those links once I post it, and it's going to lead you directly to all of his accounts. And that way y'all can tap in and get to know more about him. So make sure y'all listen to those first 2 songs that I was playing. Those are all him. So how do you feel about the music scene and all for the city?
I mean, for Mobile, Alabama, I can say a lot of y'all stick together. Where I'm from, they don't stick together. And if we all stick together as one, we'll be bigger. And the reason I stopped is it ain't because of my age. They say a certain age you should stop rapping. Nah, it's not that. If you ain't got no team, it's not gonna work. Period. And I've been in so many situations when it comes down to the music, trying to link up with people, and you'll work on their computer, they'll delete it. Yeah, I've been there too. They'll delete your music. It just, I pay for a future. I never get that future. I got money out there and I pay for a future, and I never did the song. You know, I could have been loudmouth showing the text and, you know, lawsuit and all that, but I look at it like this: you reap what you sow.
You do that.
So I'm gonna leave that at there. And it's just the music industry is not working. Not for me.
I seen the red bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't say too much about the music scene because I'm more than a rapper. Y'all know that's my slogan.
Same here.
So I do my thing, but what I will say is I'm gonna pick it back. Most of us don't. See, he say where he from, they don't, but since he here, they do. But we don't stick together for shit here. I'm here to keep it a buck. We don't stick together for shit. It's a click, 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 click.
Yeah, click
so
on.
If you got a click, then that's what you is. You know what I'm saying? And
well, I'm gonna say y'all do it better than where I'm from.
Okay, yeah, because I'm about to say these folks here crazy, man. You know? So, and if you ain't dick riding, and that go for women, because I ain't just talking about men when I say dick ride. You can dick ride a woman too. So if you ain't doing that, they feel like they want you to bow down. Nah, if you got your own hustle, if you got your own flying, you ain't got to bow down to nobody. You feel me? Stay in your own lane. So
and I feel like that was the problem.
And that's where a lot of the problem come in there, because folks feel like it's nothing wrong with feeling like you good, because you supposed to be like, man, I'm the shit.
Yeah,
you supposed to feel like that. But when somebody come out and they getting a buzz You know what I'm saying? You don't supposed to be like, oh, I ain't fucking with them because you feel like they coming in your category when it's new artists that develop every year. That's like with basketball, football. It's always gonna be a new shining artist. It's always gonna be somebody that come. You gonna be a has-been. You gonna be old, but the thing is, if you got a follower, you got your fans gonna always ride for you. It ain't nothing wrong with sharing a piece of the pie.
For sure.
But, you know, it's too much of it out here.
Man, if you work together, you'll be bigger.
Too much. And the thing I hear a lot of people say before I end this, and I ain't being funny, I'm just realistic. We all can be successful. No, we can't. Somebody got to be the worker. Everybody can't be the boss.
For sure.
You ain't gonna never hear me say we all finna get rich. No, we not. Somebody got to be the worker and somebody got to be the boss. Stop lying to these folks. Everybody not gonna be successful, man. So
they could, but they so worried about the next man. If we have a team of people working for us, they all could be rich.
On the team, but I'm just saying in general, if all of us bosses, the world ain't gonna function right.
Straight up.
Now if our team, everybody on our team can be successful.
Yeah, for sure.
But you gotta have a, rich, middle, and poor. Because if everybody bosses, who the worker?
Exactly.
Who I get you. You see what I'm saying? All of us can't be can't be bosses.
You're right.
Somebody got to be a worker bee, and that's okay. That's okay. That's your.
But that means they ain't working hard enough. That's why they ain't no boss.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
True. Now you right about that.
You gotta work hard to be a boss, man. You can't just say you're a boss and you ain't making no moves. You ain't taking care of your family. It's levels to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people want to say boss. I'm a boss. Do you pay for your own music? Do you do this? It's more come with it.
True.
You know.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right about that. So, like I say, man, that was the last question for the open conversations and for the podcast today, man. Like I always tell y'all, I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all like, share, subscribe, comment. Be blessed out there. Until next time, it's easy.